waving for BJ to come back, and Michael flips it in to BJ, back to Michael. Michael, 11 seconds. Across the timeline he comes, goes to Pippen. Pippen runs down the lane, dumps it out to Horace. Paxson for three! Yeah! Yeah!
This will undoubtedly go down as Paxson's biggest shot of his entire career. I mean, can't get any bigger than winning the finals, but something always bugged me about that shot. Let's rewind for a second. Let me show you. All right. It's right here. Now, what always bugs me about this moment is everybody sort of forgets the rest of this finals. They forget how incredible this Suns team was, but more specifically, the circumstance that this game had. Now, Phoenix had battled back Game 5 to bring it home, but they were down 3-1. So if Paxson doesn't make this three, the series is suddenly tied 3-3. A series that the Bulls had just led 3-1. We know what losing 3-1 will do to a legacy, but imagine what that would have done for Michael Jordan's legacy, for the Suns' legacies. So what if Paxson misses that shot? Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy 2KJ here, and today, the start of my brand new series, What Ifs. Today we're going to talk about the what ifs between the 1993 NBA Finals, but I've got a lot more content created, a lot more stuff in the back burner, so if you guys have any ideas, any what ifs that you want to pose, put them right down in there in the comment section. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. Let's get it started, y'all. First of all, let's talk stats. Now, obviously, a Game 7 is a culmination of a lot of different circumstances, from fatigue to momentum to injuries, but there's always one aspect you can always count on, and that's Michael Jordan. Now, this series in particular, he did something that nobody, past or present, has ever achieved in the finals. If you look at this graph right here, I've outlined every single finals MVP and their points per game since the stat was tracked in 1969. On the low end, we have players like Andre Iguodala and Wes Unseld, who won it only averaging 9 points a game. On the higher end, you see offensively dominant stars like KD, Shaq, and Jerry West, who averaged 38 points per game in his losing finals MVP effort. Towering above them all, however, is Michael Jordan, who averaged an unreal 41, 8, and 6 on 558 true shooting percentage, making him the only player in finals history to ever average over 40 points a game, which is unbelievable, but it's the GOAT. And to make this stat even crazier, let me tell you what else he did. This is the point breakdown of the two leading scorers in the 1993 NBA Finals. In the top position, we have Michael Jordan, who scored a staggering 246 points in this series, with his high coming in a 6-point Game 5 victory where they needed all of his 55 points to bring that one home. This is in comparison to Barkley, who had a fantastic series, averaging 27, 13, and 5, but still was 82 points behind Jordan in terms of scoring. That means that in an eventual Game 7, we can count on Jordan going nuclear, with his Game 7 scoring at this point being 36.5 points per game. Barkley, however, is no slouch either, posting averages of 31 points per game up to this point in Game 7, including his heroic 44-point, 24-rebound outburst against the Supersonics that took the Suns to the finals in the first place. So it's obvious that both stars are going to have a huge game, but in a series like this, it's been the production of the rest of the crew that's made all the difference. Let me show you. This is the total point breakdown of all 640 points scored by the Phoenix Suns in the 1993 NBA Finals. As you can see, the breakdown of the points is somewhat even, with Barkley scoring the most at 26%, but still having 3 other players who scored 90 points or more, creating a well-balanced attack with an offensive rating of 113. This is in comparison to the Bulls breakdown, where you see one of the more underrated Jordan carry jobs, because he scored a ridiculous 38% of all of his team's points. When you look at the comparison for the rest of his team, his co-star Scottie Pippen is the only other player to score over 90 as well, with BJ Armstrong being the third highest scorer at 81. While the team's offensive load was mostly carried by Pippen and Jordan on the Bulls' end, they still ended up with the same offensive rating of 113. Even crazier, they scored the same amount of points at 640, had the same defensive rating, points per game, and near identical total games scored, meaning that this series was practically dead even in all facets, with a margin of victory being an average of only 6 points. So who wins in this Game 7? overall, it comes down to who can make the right plays in the clutch and how well they can stop Jordan from dropping a 60 bomb. But let's talk about the whole point of this video. What if the Bulls lose? What happens then? In our universe, Michael Jordan famously retired for the 93 season, but let's just say in this one he keeps his head on straight and the gambling addiction away. So what happens now? In the 2 years of his absence, Olajuwon's Rockets dominated, so he likely meets them in the finals. Whether he can beat them or not is beside the point and a what if for another day, so let's just say he splits them 1-1. Suddenly Jordan's legacy looks a lot different. With 2 finals losses, including a 3-1 comeback loss to the Suns, he suddenly looks a lot more human. And a lot of people love to bash LeBron about his finals losses, but he stacks up a lot better to Michael Jordan this way, including him passing Kareem any day now. I'd even go as far to say that he might be the GOAT in this timeline. Even crazier is what happens to Chuck's legacy. A ring was the last thing Barkley needed, and now that he has it, he likely stacks up a lot better to the other power forwards all time, even possibly putting him top 5, even top 3 of all time. But these are all speculations, and at the end of the day, we'll never really know. In our timeline, Paxson made that shot, but it's always easy to think about what happened if he could have made it, the ramifications and ripple effects that it could have caused in NBA history. But these are all theories, and at the end of the day, it's just a big what if. So you guys take it easy, have a good one, thanks for watching.